I was watching a video on the goat, where that's been mentioned in all kinds of places, right? And especially the goat for the bat Famet, right? Okay, I want to explain what I see very clearly on this, and it's on everything. This is how they do this. This is how they know that our minds work, okay? You might have like the goat. I think one of those idiot football players, they call him that. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's baseball. I've never watched sports in my life. But the GOAT has nothing to do with sports or anything about what's on the table for that specific word or phrase. And you gotta also keep in mind, the is a pretty new word, okay? We didn't used to speak that way. The is 33. That's why you have the phrase like the end. 33 end. Well, end is not end, that's a den. 33 den. The 33 den, right? The lodge. It's their den. The wolves live in the den, right? Back to this goat thing. The human mind, our minds work like this. When you're looking at stuff and you instantly think of something, that's what's really there, okay? But you won't completely tie that in because what you're looking at has nothing to do with that. Like if they put the GOAT as some sports person and you're seeing other stuff instantly, like it rhymes or looks weird in different directions, or you see words within words, that's what is going on. It has nothing to do with what they put on the table at all. Zero. The GOAT, the Baphomet. GOAT is go. Alright, the word go is in there. I'm not saying that the word goat isn't used for that actual animal, but what they do is guide us away from what we can see very easily, and it's usually your first few thoughts when you look into something, and you'll dismiss it because it's unrelated in the manner that it was given to you on the table. So goat is also the spell of G-O-T-A. You got A? You're like, got milk? Well, this is, you got A. A left on its own is the first letter. So instantly they know in the human mind that the number one and a small letter I without the dot, there's three of those, remember? Looks like A-I. That's why you had A1 sauce even. I was watching one of the Good Brothers channels, and a couple of other things had come up on this goat thing recently for me, is why I was kind of touching on this. It's just there. That's how they do this. And then anything that they wanted from that, they'll put that in the next stage prop, and people will go towards that part of the theater to look at it. Now, not everybody, of course, okay? Those of us that are awake at different levels in different areas. Some are more awake than I am in some areas, right? It's just like that. That's how iron sharpens iron. But when you see these really stupid phrases like calling somebody the GOAT or the Baphomet looks like a goat, there's a little more involved in that, but they want you to go to the AI, because when you look at a Baphomet, you instantly think of a goat, right? That's just how it works. That's how our minds work. If you slow down and don't let them misguide you with the information, because they expose themselves 100% of the time on purpose to help lead you in a certain direction. It's your first few thoughts on it that you have. You have the gift of unraveling things instantly. But because of what it's tied to, like the goat for the sports person, it's just a given that your first thoughts are really what's there. If you're looking at the words, unscramble it. It's simply some alphabet soup that they have put in front of you to create a spell, to guide you into a certain direction. That's why they call it the rabbit hole. And Rabbi, T, okay, Rabbi and T is rabbit. The rabbit holes in real life are not deep, okay? You can't get lost in a rabbit hole, nor could a rabbit. They evidently come back out, don't they? The whole point of that rabbit hole thing that they've thrown on everybody with Alice in the Wonderland, because you're in the Wonderland, you don't know what to wonder, right? It's just you're continually falling into this, is because of their lead away. And they do that because it's not deep, okay? None of this is deep. I know I say it's not topical all the time, and that's true. Absolutely true. In the Bible and in this completely satanic garbage can that we're living in, that has been infested with parasites, they're not smart. I'm going to stand on that, okay? They are not wise. They are not smart in how they cover things up. They do cover it up, but you just have to lift a little bit and look in there. And don't discount your own thoughts. You have to remember, everything that they push on us, all these little conspiracy theories here and there and whatever, who do you think pushed those? Okay? Who do you think pushed it? And even when you find these things, who do you think allowed it to be so easy to find? Let's face the facts here. AI has been up and running for probably thousands of years. They did not have to make it so easy to see these things. Like the moon landing, they didn't have to make it some tin foil and obvious strings and just stupid stuff and, oh, here's a footprint. Really? Come on. AI is very advanced when it comes to visual deception for most people. Okay? I hope this helps, because it doesn't take very many people to wake up in this manner, to really, not only while the veil is being torn, but to burn the veil, okay, where it belongs. The deception has to be burnt. The veil cannot be woven back in under any circumstance. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them. Because iron definitely sharpens iron.